Welcome back to Fate on Wheels. Today I'm doing an ownership review of my 2010 Honda CBR600RR. I've owned this bike for about 8 months now, and I've already done more than 4,500 kilometers on it, and I've encountered some good things and bad things about owning this motorcycle, and I will share them in this video with you. So if you're interested in a Honda CBR600RR, I suggest you watch this video. Some of you guys already know this is my first motorcycle, so I've started on a 600cc Supersport motorcycle. And starting on a 600cc Supersport, it has pros and cons. Well, pros is you've got enough power, especially in the top end. You won't outgrow this bike easily when it comes to power. When I chose this motorcycle, I was on a budget, and after 8 months and so many kilometers of riding it, I still think I've made the right decision by choosing this motorcycle. Because other 600cc Supersports, I've heard that they have reliability issues compared to this one. Although this one isn't flawless either, we'll get into that later on this video. Top end power, you know, it's a super sport, it's great. But yeah, low end power, look, full throttle. Yeah, it of course takes a while for it to wind up. But if you drop down gears, then it goes. But still, I find myself a gear or two too high to really hit the power band on demand. The riding position, yeah, after like 100 kilometers or 200 kilometers, you get pretty tired on this thing. But if you keep moving around, like you're sitting on the rear part of the seat and sometimes on the front part, it's manageable. But even if you do so, after 300 kilometers, you're totally beat up. So it's not a great bike for doing long commutes on it. It's very lovely when you're just, for an hour or two, you just want to, you know, rip through corners and do some highway speeding. Then it's the perfect motorcycle for you. A technical issue I've encountered, a problem with the regulator rectifier. The standard Honda system gets very hot, and what happens then, it doesn't start. You get hot start issues. Just let me demonstrate it for you. So we have engine temperature of 80 degrees Celsius, which is very good. In the city it gets up to 100, even more than 100 degrees Celsius, and around 104 the radiator kicks in. But let's turn it off. With a cold start, you can start it easily by only pushing this button, but when the engine is hot, just let me try to open and close the fuel pump. Look, when the engine is hot, it doesn't start immediately. Oh, it does. Wow. Amazing. Sometimes it usually didn't do that, but it does now. If that's the case, this motorcycle is like flawless. It's really reliable. Let's hear that Yoshimura RS5 sound, original decibel killer. Let's hear it before anyone gets here. Wow, it sounds amazing. And if I take the dB killer out of it, it's too loud. Here another Super Sport, looks like a Daytona 675. Nice triple. But let's do a walk around. Still in love with this color scheme. Red and white with black. It looks gorgeous. And yeah, the maintenance I've done. I've got brand new Michelin Pilot Power 5 tires. Lovely tires, offer great grip. You see that I don't go very low, but this is my first bike. I'm still getting used to riding. But these tires are amazing. I'm very pleased with them. They give a lot more grip than the Michelin Pilot Power 2 CT I had before this. And those tires were of course very old, but these are just lovely. I've done basic maintenance on it. Oil filter, coolant flush and stuff. The fork seals leaked also. I've changed them both. That was a pretty expensive repair. Not extremely expensive, but pretty expensive. The brakes are still fine. I've changed the brake pads on the rear, but front brake pads were still very good and still are. Discs are also fine. Other than basic maintenance, I haven't done anything about it. That starter problem, that hot start issue, I don't know. Let me just try it again. Here, it's now 100 degrees. You see, it doesn't work. You see, that's the problem. I have to wait for it to get cooled down, and then it starts. And if I want to do a hot start, then I have to just, instead of only pushing the button, I have to also twist the throttle. Now it does. Yeah, that's a very annoying problem. I think it's a regulator rectifier, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that's a pretty annoying thing. It usually starts always, so it hasn't left me stranded or something. And you see, after 103 or 4 degrees Celsius, the radiator kicks in, and that's pretty loud. Yeah, in the city the temperature really rises, but when you're on the highway it drops down to 78 degrees or something. It's the engine runs very smooth and cool. The only major technical issue is the hot start issue. And I hope when I change the regulator rectifier I also get rid of that problem. Then this bike is really flawless. Yeah. 4,500 kilometers on a Super Sport. When it comes to handling, I've still so much to learn on the car side. And it's very enjoyable to ride because it's very nimble and it doesn't weigh a lot. Handling is great, it's sharp, it gives you a lot of connection. You don't have driving aids like traction control, ABS. It's very pure. Everything is up to you.